morning, children. It's Mrs. Lee here. It's assembly number 1 and it's week 2. How do you think Mrs. Lee is feeling? That's right, I'm feeling happy. Let's start off with our routine. What's the first thing we do? What's the time, Mr. Wolf? Well, I can see that the minute hand, the long hand, is just moving off the 3. That's right, it means it's 1:15. I can look to the hour hand, that's the short hand, it's just moving off the 9. Put it all together and you've got 9:15. 9:15 at night, you should be fast asleep. 9:15 in the morning and you have just started school and hopefully you are wide awake and in school ready to do lots of learning and thinking about our golden rules. How many are there? That's right, there are 7. I'm really hoping that you're doing a number 4, working hard. Give me a thumbs up if you have been working hard. Ah, super, super duper. Okay, so we've got 2 more things to think about, haven't we? We have our language of the month, and Mrs. Shaw has put up an amazing display, which is in our foyer, just through the doors there. You can go and have a look at it. We've got 3 children who speak our language of the month, which is Shona. Not Shona, as Mrs. Lee has been saying. Thank you for correcting me, Shona. And to say hello in Shona, we say Makadi. Makadi. That's one of the ways of saying hello, Makadi. And we have one more other thing. It's our Makaton sign of the week, and it changes each week. This one is one that we know. I'll give you a clue. What was Mrs. Lee doing at the beginning of the assembly? Was she singing a song? What was the song about? Was it about being happy? Yes, it was. Happy is our sign of the week, happy. And Mrs. Lee really wants everybody in the school to be happy. Got hair. Now, can I just remind you, there are 7 golden rules, aren't there? And one of them, I think really, well, all of them help us to be happy, hopefully. But one of them in particular, and it is to be gentle. Now, I want you to really think and be able to say, I know that I am gentle. Can you say that? I know that I am gentle. But can you do it honestly? Can you honestly say that you are gentle in everything you do? I really want you to think about when you are playing at playtime and lunchtime, about the games that you play. Because I know that there are some children that are not being gentle and they are hurting other children, and that makes us a sad place to be. So really think hard. Close your eyes and think about the game that you've been playing. Now, if you're running around and you're tagging people, but when you tag them, you tag them too hard, that's going to hurt and that's going to make somebody sad. And if you're playing a game and it's about there's a goodie and a baddie, and then you hurt the baddie and you kick them, that's not a good thing, is it? Oh. So I really need you to think about the way that you're playing. Now, if you're in a game and you do get hurt, then you need to come and tell a grown-up, and then we can help you. That's our job. So if you get hurt in a game, and it is a game, and you know that they're not being horrible to you, but you did get hurt, please come and tell us, and then we can help you. Does that all make sense? Okay. So everybody be gentle, but if you do get hurt, please come and tell a grown-up. Let's get back to being happy. Okay. So in my basket here, I've got some books. And this book I'm going to read you today is called On the Way Home. I like this book because it is linked to what I've just been saying to you. It's about a little girl called Claire who tells people on the way home about what's happened to her. But I want you to really think, as she tells you, which one is the truth. Right, good listening ears. Let's see. Okay. On the Way Home by Jill Murphy. Claire had a bad knee, so she set off home to tell her mum all about it. You see her bad knee. On the way home, Claire met her friend Abigail. "Oh, look at my bad knee," said Claire. "How did you do it?" asked Abigail. "Well," said Claire, "there was a very big bad wolf and it came sneaking up behind me as I tried to pass by, and it tried to take me home for its tea, but I screamed for help and a woodcutter came and chased the wolf away, and the wolf dropped me, and that's how I got my bad knee." "Oh, gosh," said Abigail. Then Claire met her friend Paul. "Look at my bad knee," said Claire. "How did you do it?" said Paul. "Well," said Claire, "there was a vast flying saucer and it came zooming out of the sky. Boop, 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 and it tried to carry me off to a distant planet. But I struggled free just in time, fell crashing to the earth far below. And that's how I got my bad knee." "Good gracious me," said Paul. Then Claire met her friend Amaji. "Look at my bad knee," said Claire. "How did you do it?" said Amaji. "Well," said Claire, "there was this huge, hungry crocodile. Snap, snap, snap. And it came lumbering out of the canal as I passed by, and it tried to pull me in the water, but I crammed a piece of wood between its jaws, and it was so cross that it knocked me over with its tail. And that's how I got my bad knee." "How dreadful," said Amaji. Well, then Claire met her friend Robert. "Look at my bad knee," said Claire. "How did you do it?" asked Robert. "Well," said Claire, "there was a big fat snake and it came slithering out of a tree and it wrapped itself around me and it squeezed and it squashed, but I tickled it until it couldn't stop laughing, and it dropped me. That's how I got my bad knee." "I say," gasped Robert. Then Claire met her friend Samantha. "Look at my bad knee," said Claire. "How did you do it?" asked Samantha. "Well," said Claire, "there was an enormous dragon and it came soaring out of the clouds and it picked me up in its claws, but I gave it such a big kick that it dropped me and I fell for miles and miles through the air. That's how I got my bad knee." "Cool," said Samantha. Then Claire met her friend Nick. "Look at my bad knee," said Claire. "How did you do it?" asked Nick. "Well," said Claire, "there was this great hairy gorilla and it came creeping out of a carriage as I passed by and it tried to drag me away, but I stamped on its toes so hard that it let me fall to the ground with a bump. And that's how I got my bad knee. And I didn't cry." "Crumbs," said Nick. And then Claire met her friend Celia. "Look at my bad knee," said Claire. "How did you do it?" asked Celia. "Well," said Claire, "there was a gigantic giant and he came stamping through the houses and he picked me up and he said, 'Fee, fi, fo, fum, a tasty girl for my hungry tum.' But I punched him on the nose so hard that he let me fall, and that's how I got my bad knee." "Well, I never," said Celia. And then Claire met her friend Jonathan. "Look at my bad knee," said Claire. "How did you do it?" said Jonathan. "Well," said Claire, "there was a ghastly goose and it came gliding out of the gloomy graveyard as I passed and it went woo, but I ran away so fast I left it behind and then I tripped over and that's how I got my bad knee." "Wow," said Jonathan. And then Claire met her friend Hannah. "Look at my bad knee," said Claire. "How did you do it?" said Hannah. "Well," said Claire, "there was a wicked old witch and she came swooping down from the rooftops and bundled me into a shopping bag. But I broke the bag with my feet and I dived out onto the hard pavement and that's how I got my bad knee." "Dear me," exclaimed Hannah. Claire arrived home and her mum came out the door. "Look at my bad knee," said Claire. "Well, how did you do it?" said Mum. "Well," said Claire, I was in the playground and I was having such a nice time on the swing when suddenly, I fell off. Oh, never mind, said her mum. Come inside and we'll put a plaster on it. A very big plaster, said Claire. Oh, the biggest in the whole box, said her mum. Was Claire happy? I think she was a bit sad at the beginning, wasn't she? Did Claire tell the truth? Was she honest? Did she remember the golden rules? I think she was using her imagination, wasn't she, with her friends and telling them different ways that her knee could have got hurt. But when she got home, what did Claire do? That's right, she was honest. She told the truth, didn't she? Good for Claire. I hope that she's happy now, and I'm glad that she told her grown-up about what happened to her. It's a really good thing to do. Do you remember at the beginning of our assembly I said to you, if everybody's gentle, then hopefully nobody will get hurt. But if you do get hurt, you must tell the grown-ups, and then we can help you. All right? Okay, well, thank you for using your good listening ears. That's right, sitting nicely. Help me to do the things I should, to be to others kind and good, in all my work, all my play, to grow more loving every day. Amen. Okay. Thank you for using your good listening ears. I'll see you very soon. Bye.